Hi, how are you doing?
Good afternoon. Happy to see you.
Happy to see you too. Thanks so much for meeting with me.
Of course, Alona. Before we begin, I have a couple of questions. Um, the last thing I saw in your story was your vision board.
hmm
That's exciting. That's good. Uh, Tell me a little bit about yourself. What are your plans? What do you want to do? What do you want to accomplish? So we continue.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit of a loaded question, so I'll give you some background.
Sure.
I'm 21. I am from Louisiana. I moved to Houston a year and a half ago. I work in finance and investments. I work for New York Life, and I also work for the brokerage subsidiary of them.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'd say job title, business, finance, all of that kind of sorts. My goals. I actually was doing working on a presentation today. We have our quarter one meeting tomorrow at my office, and that's pretty much what it's all about. And honestly, I'm really glad that you reached out. It kind of feels like the universe like sending me an angel, sending me a good omen to kind of help me get all these things straightened out because it's a tricky business. I mean, at the end of the day, it's sales. So it's not sort of like a clock in, here's your task list, clock out. It's you
Mm,
create your schedule, you create your client list. And there's just a
beautiful.
lot that comes with it.
I love it. I love it. Now, I've been to sales. I've been into different markets. I've sold many
hmm
different things. I'm all over the place. You name it. Amazon. I try drop shipping, creating offers, just like the ones you've seen on the DM. Okay, I'm so happy to do it. Before we begin, do you have any personal projects beside this one that you're doing, or like, is there any vision that you had for yourself in the future that you would like to work on as well?
Um, Personal projects. I have this friend that I am super close to, and she's an entrepreneur of
Yeah.
many different facets, and she's run a few business ideas by me. I think something that I don't want to say, I don't necessarily know a struggle, but I think big opportunities almost scare me, if that makes any sense. It's like fear of your own potential.
Okay.
So it's like it's putting in that risk for a huge reward, which I've done before and it paid off. Like moving to Texas at the age of, I was 19 at the time. I had no plan, no career, no job lined up. I was just like, I got to get out of here. And it was a big risk, but it paid off. So I guess that would be one avenue of projects because she wants to include me in a bunch of things. For myself, I definitely want to move higher up in the finance world.
Mm.
I would love to get into the actual like banking side of it eventually, work for an actual bank, work for like JP Morgan, Schwab, something like that, actually have like assets under management.
Okay.
Um, any other projects? No, I don't think so.
Beautiful. I mean, yeah, you gotta start somewhere. Okay, I got it. Let's try to dissect the whole thing. If you are afraid of your success or if you're afraid of your potential, we can work on that as well.
Mhm.
We can do some shadow work. I don't know if you're familiar with fringe psychology or shadow work or journaling. Have you heard like you're familiar with that?
I've heard of shadow work. I don't really know what it is. I'm a pretty big self-help person. So, I mean, I journal every day, I meditate every day, I manifest, I do all of the things. But it's one of those things that's so simple to do, but it's so hard to start. I don't know why. Like some mornings I'll wake up and I'm like, I don't want to journal today. I don't want to meditate today. I'm in a terrible mood. I don't care. And
Mhm.
then there's some days where I'm going like 2 weeks strong on my morning routine with journaling, meditating, manifesting, all of that. But inform me a little bit more about shadow work because I don't know exactly what it is.
Beautiful. So it's basically all the conceptions or the fallacious beliefs that you may carry in your subconscious. You basically let them all out. You take a piece of paper. We can do it even now if you want, but basically just take a blank piece of paper and then you ask yourself, what am I afraid of? And you just write it down. No matter how crazy it may sound, you just put it out. And we can do it for, let's say, 10 minutes until you have nothing left. And then we challenge those beliefs and we question. So, for example, you say, if I get rich, I may not, I may have to sell my soul. For example, some people do have that belief. And
Hmm.
so, okay, where does that come from? Why do you think that way? Is it true? We dig deeper, and until eventually you have no fear left, and it's a process of, I would say, 21 days. But then you
Hmm.
have no fear, like you're no longer scared of your potential. If in that sense, you can expand, if you will.
Okay, yeah. I think I've done something similar to that before. I try to give myself prompts to journal about every day. So I'm big into spirituality, angel numbers, all of that. So
Yes.
typically like whatever day of the month it is, like for instance, it's like January 4th. That's actually 444. That's my angel number. And
Yes.
so
I'm so sorry, Alona. I see 444. Okay, I would say maybe 1,000 screenshots of 444 popping everywhere.
mhm.
Time, any you name it.
I have it tattooed behind my ear. I would show you, but I don't remember which ear it is because I never see it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's my angel number. And so, like, yeah, for example, like if it's like the fourth day of the month, I'll kind of jot down like the spiritual meaning of that number. And then that's just my prompt. I go off of that. So, like, protection and just everything about that. And just kind of whatever comes to mind whenever I think of those things. And then I remember one day, like a few weeks ago, I talked about fear
Mm.
because I just had this overwhelming anxiety. Well, first of all, I
Yeah.
just have anxiety to begin with. I've been like this for as long as I can remember. It's something I manage it, but it's definitely still there. But I wrote down my fears. I'm like, what are you so scared of? Like, why do you wake up in fight or flight? Like, what are you scared of? No one's chasing you.
Uh,
And that definitely helps. And I definitely notice a difference in like my mood and my motivation and my demeanor when I'm consistent with my journaling and like my meditating and that kind of stuff. But I think that's another thing that's like one of those fears of your own potential because I'm like, oh my God, what if I become so spiritually sound that like I don't have any trauma to hold on to anymore? Which
mm.
like that sounds crazy, but I mean, I don't think it's that crazy.
No, it's not. The thing is, so meditation for me, honing the mind. If you leave it on your, okay, if you leave it on its own, it's going to cry, and if it cries, it will torture you. So this is not good. This is why I also yield to meditation to hone my mind, as like the same way we do with our bodies. We hit the gym, we eat, we sleep. The same thing we need to meditate every single day
Yeah.
for that.
That's such a good point because I never thought about it like that because I like rain or shine, no matter how much time I have, I do Pilates every single morning. I walk 10,000 steps every single day. I'm a pescatarian. I cook all of my meals. I love to eat super healthy because I like to take care of my body. I like to look good, but I never thought about meditating as like a everyday like exercise for your brain. That's a really good way to put it.
I can include you, Alona, for free. So I meditate with my body, and I don't know if you've seen my story. There's this artist that joined us yesterday, an Italian artist. So it's basically a 15-minute meditation that I have created. It
Mhm.
consists of three parts. The first part is cleansing your body and mind from any negative thoughts, anxiety, and anything. The next part is visualization. You visualize your desired reality, the car, the house, the things. And number three is energy work, where you connect to source. You imbue your body with this energy and basically feel and see that everything that you've ever wanted is already here. It's like like you just feel having all of the things that you want. It's 15 minutes. You can try it for 2 or 3 days. If you don't like it, no problem. But if you do, this is something that helped me for 90 days. It changed my life completely.
Hmm. No, I believe you.
Yeah.
I've done this before. I've done it many times over again. I remember when I was still living in Louisiana, I was just like so desperate. I was like, I need to get out of here. I need to do something different with my life. And so every day for like weeks, I would journal and I would visualize. And what's so crazy is that I could probably find my journal entry, but I remember journaling like everything's going to work out. You're going to move to a big city. You're going to live in a high rise with your best friend. You're going to have a new car. You're going to have a great job. You're going to have an amazing love life. And it's so crazy because the exact things I wrote down is my life right now, like to a T. And it's so insane how it works. And I need to trust the universe more because I'm like, "Oh, I don't feel like meditating today. I hate everything and none of that bullshit works, but like I know it works."
That's beautiful. No, you get it. You get it. Tell me what vision do you have inside of your heart? Like I'm sure if you have anxiety and if you're into spiritual, like if you're spiritual, I'm sure you have some flashbacks, maybe a vision that you have about your future, or maybe the potential, maybe some distant dream. Do you have something like that? Like, do you see yourself doing, like, I mean, of course, besides working at, in a bank, or like being highly financially successful, do you see yourself doing anything else? Is there like a dream you have, an inherent vision?
So whenever you say that, the very first thing that comes to mind is me just being a leader. Whether I don't know where my job's going to take me one day. I might not stay in the same position for the rest of my life. I might decide I want to open a bakery and that's my full-time job, but a leader, because I mean, I feel like, and everybody around me has told me that, I mean, I'm a great leader. I'm a great speaker. I'm a good person to talk to. I'm motivational. And so I see myself, in this super powerful position, standing at the front of a room, teaching people coming to me with questions, being able to help people. Because that's what I really like. Honestly, I mean, when anybody asks me for advice in any capacity, I'm like, let's sit down for 30 minutes right now. Like, I would love to tell you everything, because I want so badly to be the kind of person that I wish I would have had. And
Beautiful.
so I just see myself in a leadership position, being at whatever job I'm in, or
Yeah,
anything in life, being
yeah,
the top of it, being the coordinator.
beautiful. And this is why roles like working for somebody else. I mean, no, I mean, of course you can be a leader, but like trying to fit in a tiny, job, having colleagues may not be the thing for you. This is something that happened to me as well. I used to always like, having conflicts when I was playing it small until I decided to be my, like, until I decided to pursue my dreams and just being the leader that I am, like helping people here, doing that, just like you are. That's beautiful. I believe women could be really great leaders. I love Leila Hormozi. I love what's her partner's name? Grant Cardone, his wife, and then they have this Alina Cardone. All of these inspiring women, they are amazing. I love their fairness, their integrity, their ability to actually lead without any malicious or toxic, interests. That's beautiful.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's take. Okay, I just want to have clear goals to work on. So number one, this month, what are you trying to achieve in terms of sales? You said, can I write it down? Number one.
What am I trying to achieve? Is this like a long-term goal, short-term
No, no,
goal,
no.
habit?
The thing that's on your head right now, like currently that you're trying to solve, and maybe the reason I appeared as well.
I would say
Let me ask you this question. Okay, let me ask you a couple of questions I actually prepared for you. So I just want to know. Okay, so what is your biggest goal right now?
my biggest goal right now.
Mhm.
That's so, I don't, it's hard to answer the question, because with my line of work, it's like nothing happens like that. Like, you don't call someone, close the deal immediately, it's sent through, money sent to you. It's always a process. It's like you have to set a meeting, and then you have to do illustrations, and then you have to open the account.
Besides the job, just overall, like generally, like job aside, you personally, what goals do you have? For example, I will tell you what I have. Let me just give you an example. So for this year, let me just tell you a little bit. Just give you an example. Okay. So establish a really successful podcast featuring many different teachers on YouTube. So this is one of my goals this year. Launching a book for English learners. I'm a former English teacher, and so I'm trying to launch a book. Maybe buying a new car, so I'm working on it. Moving on a different place, so I want to live, let's say, in a villa very soon. Becoming a model by the end of this year, like a body model or stuff like that. So working on like personal goals. Do you have anything like that as well, in terms of like personal development, like new car, new home, or maybe or you haven't thought about it yet? Like you haven't done any New Year's resolution yet?
I actually did try thinking about my New Year's resolution, but this might sound, I don't know, conceited, but it's so weird. I have everything I've ever wanted and I don't feel satisfied. Like
You never
in
will.
my
You never
I
will.
know, it's so strange. Like in my journal prompt that I told you about, everything came true. I live in a beautiful high-rise apartment in a huge city. I live with my best friend. I just bought myself a new car last year. I have an amazing boyfriend. And it's like, I think that's what's so frustrating is that I have everything I've pretty much ever wanted. Like if I told myself a year and a half ago, this is my life, she would be like, "Are you kidding? Like, you actually get all those things?" But it's just so weird because I still wake up and I'm like, I need to be doing more and I need to be chasing more. But it's like, what is more?
That's beautiful. No, I mean, you watched Tony Robbins. He still wants more things. You have
Mhm.
to earn as much as you possibly can. There is no limit. You should not, you will never stop. That's beautiful. Okay, this takes me to the next question. Are you learning anything new right now?
Yeah, I actually just enrolled in a course. I haven't started it yet, but I enrolled in a course through my job to get my FSCP designation, which is Financial Services Certified Professional. So I'm dually licensed. I already have the licenses to do everything I need to do. But this designation, it basically just means like I'm a certified professional in this. It's just more merit.
Okay. Next. What's the most exciting thing happening in your life right now?
Well, honestly, nothing, and that's the issue. Like these last 2 weeks, I have been like in such a like depressive state almost, not like crying because I'm not a huge crier. Like I don't like to really like pity my emotions that bad. But I've just felt like so just like bleak, like nothing feels exciting. I would say probably the most exciting thing is I'm going to visit my sister at the end of the month. It's like I have a huge gala for my job at the end of the month also, and it's like
Mhm.
I'm not as excited as I should be. I don't know why.
Do you think it's because you abuse your dopamine system?
Yes, it is. I'm glad you brought that up because a few weeks ago, oh my God, this is so bad. I literally before bed, I was on TikTok and I'm not even kidding, just like so fast. Like I saw something for a flash and I was like, no. And I did it a million times. And I was like, I just need to do this before I go to bed. And I was like, whoa. I was like, that was not cool. Something's wrong with you. And literally in that moment, I set time restrictions on my apps. And I told myself, when you wake up tomorrow morning, you're not looking at your phone. You need to get rid of those immediate dopamine hits. So eat your breakfast without looking at your phone. Eat your breakfast sitting in silence. Whenever you're waiting for the elevator, don't look at your phone. I have a terrible vaping addiction as well, but no, that's absolutely it. My dopamine receptors, like they have to be screwed up some way.
Okay, vaping, TikTok. Okay. No, I mean, we're all human. That's, I mean, not to say, but how about having breakfast and watching some tutorials on YouTube? That's what I do, for example. Anytime I eat, I just watch anything useful that I can learn as much as I can. How about replacing TikTok with maybe educational content?
See, I did that. Whenever I came to that realization, I was like, your brain is fried. Do something useful. Anytime I would want to go on TikTok or I would want to just like listen to music to like drown out noises, instead I would listen to Mel Robbins' podcast
Okay.
and I downloaded Substack. Do you know what Substack is?
Oh, no, tell me.
It's basically think like Pinterest for thoughts. And
Okay.
so it's people and they publish articles and it's just like anything you could ever imagine, like how the psychology of your brain actually works, how to have a solid morning routine. It's like Pinterest for wellness. And so I was
Mm,
like, anytime I want to go on TikTok, I'm gonna go on there instead. I might as well learn something. And so
beautiful.
I did that and I was going so strong and I noticed like a change in my like actual personality. Like I was walking around, I was just so like somber and peaceful, and I looked at everything differently. And then of course I fell out of that. I don't really know what made me fall out of that, but yeah, I went strong for like 2 weeks and I was like, oh my God, I'm a changed person. And then I stopped doing it.
I mean, sometimes we do that as well. I mean, that's normal. You just get enthusiastic and then, it wanes down. Okay. Are you familiar with Neville Goddard, reality cybernetics?
No.
No. Never heard any of what I. Okay, Joe Dispenza,
Joe Dispenza?
Becoming Supernatural, Quantum Physics.
No. I've heard of quantum physics, but it really confuses me.
Beautiful. Yeah, no. Okay, so NLP, Neuro Linguistic Programming. Have you heard of it?
No.
Okay, so that's psychology. That I mean, we've got a lot to work. No problem. Next question. What's your favorite way to spend the weekend?
With my boyfriend. We're both very busy during the week, so Monday through Friday we don't see each other. We used to have like a little tradition where every Thursday night we would go get dinner and then go to our favorite little lounge, but we both became fat alcoholics, and so we were like, we need to stop doing that. We both like food. So yeah, we haven't been doing the Thursdays recently, and then normally on the weekends, same thing, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, go out to eat, go to our favorite lounge, or go hang out with our friends. But restaurants were a big thing for us because another thing with my dopamine, I don't have anymore, but I've struggled with binge eating my entire life, like as long as I can remember. Even when I was like a little tiny kid, I've always just gotten so much like that dopamine rush from food. And it's not even like the taste of it. And while I'm eating it, I've come to realize it's the anticipation of it. It's like I'm thinking about a food that I want to binge on, and that excites me. Like, this is hilarious, but Dubai chocolate, I'm not even kidding. I think there's a place down the street from me and they sell Dubai chocolate strawberry cups. And I think about it, I'm like, I want to go there so badly, and I want to get like 3 cups of it, and I want to eat all of it. And it excites me. And then I genuinely do. I will eat it so much that it will make me sick. And then afterwards, I'm like, what have you done?
Wait a second.
What was the point of all this?
Wait a second. Are you neurodivergent? Do you have ADHD?
I don't know. I've never been diagnosed.
I mean, it's not about being diagnosed. It's like, okay, let me see. Do you have?
I've never been able to figure that out. I actually said that yesterday. I was like, I think I might have ADHD. I don't know.
Neurodivergent people crave sugar because their capacity to receive data from, I would say, the universe is very big. And this is why your body needs more energy. So what I learned from many spiritual people is that they say when you crave sugary stuff, this is because if you are a neurodivergent, if you have ADHD, this is because of your intuitive powers, meaning that if you are insightful and you can, your brain works in blocks, as you mentioned earlier, then this is something you have to do. Because if you create, like if you stop eating sugary stuff, I mean, of course, we're trying to be healthy as much as we can or do it in a healthy way. But she said this is a vital part of your life. You don't have to like forbid yourself, as people say, don't eat sugar. I tried it, and I promise you, I felt terrible when I stopped. What I like is I like red raspberry jam, sometimes chocolate, but I crave sugary stuff all the time.
I have the biggest sweet tooth ever, and it's like genuinely debilitating. And because I talk about my boyfriend with this all the time, because he's my little therapy outlet. But and I've noticed it's like I don't crave something simple like, ooh, I want to go get a scoop of vanilla ice cream so bad. I'm like, no, I want a Dubai chocolate cookie, cheesecake, milkshake, and I want 4 of them. Like, why?
Are you creative?
I like to think so.
Okay, so this is why your body needs that. Tell me, how creative are you? Like, how do you think you use your creativity? And like, are you just working with numbers all the time? You can't be. So tell me, how do you mix your creativity in your life? Like, how do you utilize it?
Yeah, with my job, it's typically just numbers that I work with. I would say my biggest creative outlet, and like this is gonna sound like, oh my gosh, but like Instagram, I genuinely love taking like aesthetic pictures. I love posting it. I love coming up with little captions for it. I like having my pictures taken. Something I've noticed is I like to plan things and give ideas for other people, but I would never do it myself.
Alona, this is my power as well. Beautiful. So you can structure stuff, you can plan the perfect way, package,
exactly.
Come up with a best cover.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People in my life, like I have been told a million times over, you should be a life coach.
Yeah.
Literally what you're doing. People have told me like you should be a life coach
Yeah.
because like I'm so good at coming up with solutions and ideas for people. Like
Uh,
my friend that wants to do business with me,
yeah.
she's like launching like a supplement. She sends me the website draft idea. I'm like, change this, do this. You want to catch their attention, so put these kind of words. But it's like I would never do that for myself necessarily. I don't know why.
Okay. Well, okay. So let's dig deeper. Why?
Um, it's I feel like it's the fear of your own potential. And I also transparently, I am I don't want to say lazy, but I just push things off. Like I'm one of those people where like I can do all of the planning, but
Yeah.
like I'll never actually get it off of the ground unless it's like, but see, but that's confusing because if it's something mandatory, like I will get it done. Like whenever I was getting my licenses, I had to pass three exams, hardest exams I've ever taken in my entire life. They took me months to study for, but I was on top of it. I studied every single day. As soon as I was done, I took the
Mhm.
exam the next day. I immediately hopped into the other one. So if it's like something like mandatory,
Mhm.
like I'm not a procrastinator at all. But with my own creative outlet, like for example, I used to love drawing. I was an amazing artist in high
My
school.
God. Wow. If you check my Instagram one more time, you will see that I did that as well.
Yeah. But I was an amazing artist in high school. And but it was easy because I had an art class at a scheduled time. I had to go there and do my actual art. And I think about it all the time. I'm like, I miss painting, I miss drawing, but like I don't put it into action.
Listen, what you mentioned sounds very much like me. And so that tells me that you are neurodivergent. I don't like to necessarily call it ADHD because I don't believe it's a disorder. I read a lot of articles about it, and I would say it's intuitive perceiver. Are you familiar with MBTI, Myers-Briggs personality typing? INFP?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. What is your personality type? Have you been able to figure that out?
The Myers-Briggs, I think I actually have it in my notebook. Hold on, let me find it. Because we did some kind of like personality test at my work. What was that? I've definitely done the Myers-Briggs before. I don't know if
You
this
can
is
you
it
can you can
though.
message me later if you want, no worries. So the thing that I want to tell you is the people that are labeled having ADHD are actually intuitive perceivers, meaning that you perceive information intuitively, not
Hmm.
sense. So you have those. Have you ever seen very materialistic people who have no soul or empathy? Those are like I don't want to demonize anyone, but I'm just like some people have no intuition. You are
Yeah.
very intuitive, meaning you could become a coach. Maybe you can be like Tony Robbins. Maybe you can be like Leila Hormouzi, like a businesswoman and then teaching other people. That's
Hmm.
amazing. And like if we can help more people, I would say God gives to those who give. I would say, right?
Hmm.
To givers. That's beautiful. But you see, what did we talk about? So you said you had patterns. Can you please remind me what was the last thing you said?
I think we were okay. I went way off track. My fault. We were talking about what I like to do on the weekends.
Yeah.
And so, yeah,
Creative stuff, yeah. So we talked about your pattern. Tony Robbins says pattern. If you okay, so if you are you able to recognize patterns? So you said your mind works in blocks, right? You're able to basically see a pattern. Are you able to see people's behavioral pattern, like when they do certain things? Are you able to see
it's
beyond?
literally my superpower, I think. I read people too much for my own liking. I pick up on tiny, small gestures. I mean, I took psychology classes in college, of course, but no, like I think my intuition really comes into play with that. I'm very receptive to the way people treat me, like for short instance. And this isn't even to sound like kind of bitchy, but whenever I meet someone, like the first time I ever meet them and they had too much of an interest in me, like they're like almost treating me like I'm a celebrity. I don't find that flattering. I find it like danger zones. I'm like, you're trying to kind of warm me up. Like, what are you trying to get from me? And that's not necessarily always true. I don't think it's a great trait of mine, but I'm very receptive to everything that everyone does. And I think in most part, it's because I had an extremely bipolar, narcissistic dad growing up. So I just kind of learned to pick up on emotions and hints out of my own safety, if that makes sense.
Do you listen to those? That's beautiful. Do you listen to those emotions, or do you let your mind hinder your gut or intuition?
I kind of use them as just warning signals. I don't take it at face value all the time because I'm always willing to hear someone out. I just more so use it as a caution, but I remember it. So if I pick up on something that I think is like, just my intuition, I don't like immediately, I'm not a very reactive person. I'll say that. I think I keep my composure. So I'll kind of keep it in the back of my mind and I'll just use it going forward and how I interact with them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. The only thing that I would say is sometimes our minds, so sometimes our gut tells us something, but like when people ignore the gut feeling, have you had moments when you were like, I knew it, nothing good would come out of it? Have you had this moment, but like you didn't listen to your mind and then you ignored those signals, or no?
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is, the more you listen to your heart, the more you listen to your gut, the more correct, the more blessed in life you will be. The more you ignore that inner voice, the more you try to negotiate with yourself. I swear to God, there are some people that I just never dealt with for no reason. I just didn't feel it was not right inside. So I was like, yeah, no worries. Okay, next question. What book would you recommend? What book did you read recently? What book did you really like or influenced you?
Well, I'm actually currently reading a book right now that I've recommended to a few people. Of course, it is for my job purposes. It's basically what my line of work is. It's called The Power of Zero, and it's a tax strategy book because that's the line of work that I'm in. So I recommend it to people. They read it and they're thinking, oh, this is what I need to be thinking of and doing. This is what Alona's job is. Let me go to her. So it's sort of a way for me to solicit business also, but it is very extremely useful advice that I would, want everyone to have.
Okay, what advice from this book that you, what quote would you, like, how can you summarize this book in a sentence?
Diversify your taxable assets. There's a tax now bucket. There's a tax later bucket. There's a tax-free bucket. Your tax now, that's like a brokerage account, a savings account. Your tax later, that's a 401k. Your tax never, that's a Roth IRA or life insurance. You want to make sure that your assets are spread around because not enough people worry about the future. They think, oh, well, I'm just going to put all my money here and then I'll pay the tax in the future. That's fine. Okay, that becomes a huge issue whenever it's just like eroding your entire retirement portfolio because your taxable income when you retire, it'll affect your Social Security. Do you have the money on hand to single-handedly pay for all these taxes? Whatever, blah, blah, boring. But the main advice that I would give is to make sure that your taxes, all of your investments, make sure it's diversified.
Beautiful. Okay. What person would play your life movie best if you had to make a movie of your life? It doesn't have to be an actor. It could be any person, popular.
The very first thing that just came to mind either Jennifer Lawrence or Miley Cyrus. I feel like I resonate the most with them.
Jennifer Lawrence. Okay. Miley Cyrus. Okay, so they would represent you better.
I think so. Both of their personalities kind of remind me of myself. And then I get told sometimes I look like Miley Cyrus. Not really right now. I don't really think so that much at all, honestly. But I've been told it before. But growing up, I don't know. That just kind of sticks out in my mind because like Hannah Montana, favorite show ever growing up. The Hunger Games, I literally wanted to be just like Katniss. Like I just resonated with them really heavily.
Beautiful. No, beautiful. And this takes me to your passion. What is your passion besides your job?
Helping people, honestly, in any capacity. Before the job that I had now, I really wanted to be a Pilates instructor because that's something that I'm passionate about. I'm super passionate about wellness and taking care of myself and taking care of my body. I've always, for as long as like my whole life, I've loved makeup and skincare. I've always wanted to have my own skincare brand. I just think that people kind of frown upon, people that are super obsessed with makeup and super obsessed with skincare and super obsessed with the gym. They call it like some kind of disorder, but it's like there's so many things that you can be obsessed with. Why not be obsessed with being the healthiest, most well-balanced person you can be, you know?
Very sound, Alona. And I wish more people, actually did what you say. Yeah. I mean, so many sick people. Actually, I don't like, I used to be heavy on conspiracy theories, and I used to be heavy on but I just changed my mind completely. I became more spiritual, and I just realized people are all actors in your life, honestly. Like, if you're a negative person, you will see hell. If you are a good, like, positive person, you will only meet good people and good vibes. So it was like,
yeah, exactly. I mean, you choose your reality at the end of the day. That's something that took me a while to figure out. Like, your miserableness is your problem to deal with, not anyone else's. I discovered at a very young age that, nobody's going to come save you and like fix your brain and make your life rainbows and sunshines. Like, whatever it is, just get through it. You choose your reality.
Beautiful. And the last question I have for you is, if you could relive one day, what day would it be?
I think probably the day that I saw the Trevi Fountain in Italy.
Great.
That was a dream of mine for the longest time ever. I'd always wanted to see it. And I remember when I saw it, I like genuinely shed a few tears. It was one of the most beautiful things I'd ever seen. And it's just so crazy to see it in person.
It's like a dream come true.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that was the biggest dream of yours?
It was just something I had always like aspired to see and like reach. It was amazing.
Beautiful. Do you use an online diary like Notion for your own personal thoughts, journalings, or do you have a physical journal?
I took some notes of what we were saying, and this is my physical journal. This is one of my...
Wow, beautiful. I love it.
I have pages and pages and pages of it, yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, good. So now let's work on your project. Okay, so the first thing, you're in sales. What challenges do you face right now in sales?
Honestly, finding enough clients, because the thing with my job is it's not just like, okay, you have a list of people that you need to work with. It's like, no, you have to go find those people. And the job that I do, it's very complex. It's very complicated. So each person you touch, you have to explain to them the whole concept of how money works, how taxes work, how savings work, how investments work. And it's not like a setup job where people that already understand this come to you and just open an account with you. It's not really like that. It's like you find the people and you bring them in and you teach them. So I'd say the hardest thing is finding someone, explaining it to them enough to where that they understand it, they care, and then they follow through. Because I feel like a lot of what happens is that, I find a client or I find a prospect and I explain to them what I do, how it works, how it's beneficial for them. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, okay, well, just send me an email about it and we'll look at it again. And then it's like no second meeting ever occurs because I can't get that urgency, which I think that just comes from, honestly, my newness to sales experience. Like, I don't think I'm selling it good enough. I don't think I'm a good enough closer, honestly.
I mean, we all have to start somewhere. That's normal. So let me just, finding and explaining. What platforms do they arm you with knowledge on where to look for clients, how to get them, or no? Or do you just figure that out for yourself?
I mean, they tell you the basic stuff, like post on LinkedIn, go to networking events, but like, no, they don't give you like a list of people. I mean, they'll give you like company leads if you're there for long enough. Yeah. And that's about like the most help they'll do. But no, pretty much.
Okay. What is an avatar of your perfect client? Who are they? A CEO, anybody with over $1 million, like in liquid cash? Like, what exactly is your client, for example? Avatar.
When I think of perfect client, I don't necessarily think of like dollar amount. I think of the way that they listen and understand. Like I just finished a meeting with my favorite client, and he's my favorite because he came into our company as a lead. So he was looking on our website. We got his number. I called him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I want to do this." And it's very rare that somebody calls and they're like, "I know this product, I want to do this." And so I was like, "Oh, you want to do that? Okay, yeah, awesome." And so I scheduled a meeting. He kind of told me about his situation, told me what he wants to do. I sent him the application form. He filled it out, sent it back, signed the application, and he just got to starting. He answers all of my text messages in a timely manner. He answers all of my emails in a timely manner. He always shows up to the meetings, and genuinely, he's my perfect client because he listens to me, and I will say he respects my time.
Sure. But what is the avatar? I mean, like, so do you serve anyone who's willing to convert?
I mean, yeah, anybody that I work with, people of all like walks, but I'd say like my dream client, what I really like doing is working with businesses.
Okay.
Because we do like group plans for businesses. So like for example, I was a few months ago working in a doctor's office, getting policies for their entire staff. And I like doing that because it is a simple process. It's literally a 1-day process. Everybody signs the applications, I put it in, and then it goes through the next day. Like there's no qualifications needed for it. And so I would say that, but it's so hard to get business owners to understand this, see the worth in it, and then be like, okay, yeah, you can come speak to my whole staff on this day.
Beautiful. Okay. Have you heard of Apollo?
Apollo, is that the Greek god?
No, Apollo is okay. So I used to do sales, and Apollo is a very, I wouldn't say sneaky, but it's a very useful tool for any salesperson in the US. Apollo is a platform you can have people's contacts, CEOs, company owners. You just have to choose a category. This is how I get my guests on my YouTube channel. So I think you noticed my English. Maybe I wasn't born with English as you are, but the way I get guests is I just looked for all English teachers in California. They gave me all emails and phone numbers of English teachers, former English teachers, present English teachers. All I did was just save the Excel sheet, and then I just dial one by one. Hello. And I also have a script, and I train and I see what works, what doesn't work. But I think if you look for CEOs from like within Apollo, you will have a lot of leads. They have almost 200 million contacts.
Okay. Yeah, I just wrote that down. I'll look into it.
Yes, beautiful. And the next thing is, how committed are you to this job? Are you new to this job? Are you working what's the story? Yeah.
So I've been here close to a year, and it was never my initial plan to go into this line of work at all. I sort of just stumbled across it, and now I'm in it, and I've come really far. But the issue that I've been facing recently is when I have no client flow and I'm not, closing any deals, I hate it. I despise doing this job every day. But it's whenever I have a huge deal I just closed, or I'm working with a business this week, I love it. It's so much fun, and I get so much fulfillment out of it. And recently, I've just been.
That's ADHD. I want to say, okay, that's neurodivergent brain at work. You don't like to you like the dopamine, the thrill of a hunt, if you will. Keep going.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's absolutely correct. I honestly things that don't feel enjoyable for me, I'm not good at putting on a face. I'll power through, but I'm going to hate it every second of the way, and you're going to be able to tell.
Yeah.
I don't know, something running is great for you, and it has so many benefits. Isn't that I hate it and I can't do it, and I won't do it because I don't like it.
Yeah.
But I'm also grown up enough to know that you can't just treat your job like that. So I still work at it hard every single day. But no, recently I've been I need to find a new job. I need to do something. Something needs to happen. I'm a very impatient person.
So are you looking to find a new job?
No, I just need like that's just me being dramatic, I guess, but it just gets frustrating whenever you plant a bunch of seeds and you put in the hard work and nothing comes about it immediately. It's like I don't want to wait 2 weeks like for this meeting to make this happen. Like I want it, like I need something right now.
Yeah. How many hours do you dedicate to calling people and basically nurturing the leads?
Um, with the list that I have,
Yeah.
I'll call every single one in one day and I'll try it at different times. It's not like hundreds of them. Um, but I take the time. Like the past 3 days, that was one of my goals for this year is to be extremely intentional with my time because, like I said, I don't have like a 9 to 5. It's my own schedule. And so before, it kind of felt like I was just going through the motions to say I had like a busy work day, but nothing was coming of it. And so recently, I've been like actually blocking out time to go on LinkedIn, message people that are just out of a job that I can roll over their 401k, message estate planning attorneys I can form an alliance with, message CPAs I can form an alliance with. So I've been super intentional with that. And honestly, good has come out of it. I've scheduled specific time to call these leads. I've scheduled specific time to research businesses in my area that I can go work with. So I've had full days the past few days doing that.
The thing is, how about monitoring your actual input time? Can you try this? Like from today? I'm just curious, like how many hours of actual work are you putting in? I mean, can you tell me approximately, for example?
Let's see. I start my work day usually at like 9:30 every day, and then the last 3 days I haven't finished up work until like 5:30.
Okay, that's reasonable because later people are just home and they won't pick up the phone. Okay. And after that, okay. The thing is, I just want to tell you one thing that helped me personally. Whenever I worked for 12 hours a day like a maniac, this is when I noticed an increase in revenue dramatically. Whenever
Mhm.
I'm not saying to live like a monk, but I'm just saying like I just tried it for a month. And so you like from 9 to 5, you're just calling people nonstop. Is that what you're doing?
No, it's not just like calling people nonstop.
Messaging, messaging and all of like reaching out.
Hold on, let me share my screen with you and I'll show you.
Sure. Sure, you can do it now.
Like here's my calendar. That was this week. Like I had 2 meetings back to back, and then after this, I don't have it blocked out, but I spent it researching, and then I had a meeting right here, and then I had another meeting right here, and then I have here to call leads, and then up here, I had a meeting with my boss, and then I scheduled this time to message people on LinkedIn. And then this time was spent with one of my business partners talking about the businesses we can go into. And then this was another meeting. And then after this, I used it for more LinkedIn prospecting. And then this was to do something, research something for my sister. And then this was to answer emails. And then in between this, I was probably just doing like other work I needed to do and then call leads. And so you get the point. I've just been trying to keep myself like busy with intentional work because that's the tough part about making your own schedule. It's that you have to be intentional about what you're doing every day to make progress.
Beautiful, beautiful. This takes me to your so you mentioned you are lazy sometimes. You won't necessarily follow the advice you give people. So if you can take notes, I just want to give you one life hack that helps me personally and that I noticed a lot of coaches like Mel Robbins use.
Uh-huh.
They say that whenever you want to do something, our brains tends to think on the pain that we will have to endure to do, like, for example, you want to have the perfect body and you think of the reps you will do. Instead, you have to think of okay, so think about the reward, the perfect body, or what you will get, and then think at the same time that you will never have it if you don't take action. Like, just try to think of depriving yourself. Like, okay, so for example, you don't want to work today, but then you want to, let's say, for example, own a Bugatti, and then you would say, I will never own it. Like, just try to tell yourself that you
No,
will.
I see what you mean.
Yes, like, yeah, just the prize and the deprivation, and then this is like, I don't know how it will work for you, but just if you could figure that out for yourself. This is something that works for me, because whenever I feel lazy, whenever I feel like I don't want to do it, it's painful, I don't want to get out of the comfort zone, I feel like, Kamal, you will never have it. And I'd be like, no, I mean, like, I'm just, like, sometimes swearing, but I'm just like, I just go and do it. That's what works for me.
No, yeah, I haven't really thought of it from that perspective yet. I think the closest like I've come to having that kind of thought is like, oh my God, but that's going to take so much time and so much research and so much energy. The time's going to pass anyway. You might as well do it productive. But that's a really good perspective to look at it from. I wrote down, when you want to do something, your brain focuses on the pain of what it will take to get there. Tell yourself, what will it feel like if you never have it? That pain is worth it.
Beautiful, beautiful. And for our next meeting, Alona, I just want to write down things. I can do research if I have, like, if in case I don't say that I know everything, but I just want to know what. So I've written some answers for the next lesson. Oh, for the lesson. I'm an English teacher. Sometimes I say lesson. But
no, it's okay.
For the next meeting, would you want to dive into the fear of your potential to do some shadow work, or do you want to dive deeper into sales? What exactly? Because like I said, maybe you also have friends who are into business, who have experiences into businesses. But tell me, what do you wish our next session to be about?
I think the shadow work, because I think I know what I need to do in terms of business, but I feel like there's things inside of me that are blocking it. Like, I feel like I go into a client meeting with the premeditated like notion of like, I'm gonna fuck this up, they're not gonna understand it, and this isn't gonna come with anything. And I mean, that speaks it into reality. So I think it's more so about like getting to the root, like,
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, you're feeling anxious, but at the same time, like you told me you have anxiety. Alona, what I know to be true from reality to, okay, so there's like, it's a fat book of psychology. So anxiety is best dealt with taking action, doing anything, even if it's not toward your goal. Like, even if it's just going out and vacuuming your house, or rearranging the books in your cupboard, whatever. Doing anything physical takes away your anxiety. Do you know why you have anxiety? Because you have energy that is, maybe because you're eating well, you're sleeping well, you're very healthy. You have a healthy amount of energy that comes to your body, and you're not maybe creating, because I believe what Tony Robbins says, we're here to create. We were made in the image of God, not literally, but like we were made to.
No, I so agree, and I feel like I'm not creative enough, and I think that does take a toll on me, because I don't think I have enough outlets to like express all of this energy that I feel.
Outlets? What do you mean?
Outlet like drawing or painting, or like learning a new hobby like music or reading more. Like, I don't have enough outlets for those things.
What stops you from trying, or maybe, or do you think you can do it from today, or like what, or you did about it?
It's just like decision paralysis. I don't know why. I have really bad anxiety with time, and I've always been like this for like a really long time. So
you mean like procrastinating? That's what you mean?
Not procrastinating necessarily, but I think I don't have enough time to do anything, which is so weird. Like, it's so weird. Like, I'll be done with my whole day, I'll lay down in bed, I'm like, I should watch a movie, and my brain will tell me like, no, you don't have enough time, because it's going to go too late, and then you're not going to get enough sleep, and then you're not going to feel good whenever you wake up. And if you don't feel good when you wake up, you're not going to do your Pilates. And then if you don't do your Pilates, it's going to set the tone for the whole day, and you're going to feel terrible. So instead of spending an hour and a half watching that movie, just spend an hour and a half scrolling on your phone, because it's safer somehow. Like, what kind of fucked up thinking is that?
Exactly. I mean, I would tell you, my brain thinks the same way. Believe me, you're not alone. I have
It's painful.
Yeah. And so this is one thing that maybe you can also take note. Our brain is made to save us. It doesn't want, so it basically wants us, okay, our brain will do everything to keep us in the comfort zone. And you can think of it as a lazy enemy. Like I wouldn't say enemy, but like your brain is not. They say it's not designed to get you places and do stuff. It will basically hinder your progress by keeping you in the comfort zone because it doesn't want to spend energy. So just think about it this way. Just don't believe your brain. That's what they say.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, so we will do some fear of potential next session. All right, Alona. Thank you so much for today. And before I say goodbye, what have you learned from our interaction, and what will you improve until we meet?
Honestly, it's really nice to just talk to someone. I feel like I'm always receiving people's ranting and I'm always giving advice. So it's nice to just be able to ramble to someone. That was just super helpful. Some notes that I took away. This one might not be good. Neurodivergent people crave sugar. It's a vital part of your life.
Yeah, but try to do it. Okay, sorry, keep going.
I'm gonna have to be careful with that one because that could mean different things for me. Apollo, I took note of that. I took note of when your brain focuses on the pain of what it'll take to get there. You have to tell yourself what it'll feel like if you don't have it. Anxiety is best dealt with by action. Our brain is made to keep us in a comfort zone. It's a lazy enemy. Do things that aren't comfortable and give me anxiety. And I also took note of the website you showed me, Wirestock. That was super cool. I've never heard of that. And I love taking aesthetic pictures, so I'll take a look into it.
Beautiful. All right, Alana. Thank you so much. I will see you next week.
It was amazing to meet you. See you next week.
See you next week. Bye-bye.